Hello, everyone. Welcome to a brand new episode. I'm Jack Bigadoo, and today we are going to talk about a brand that I believe we walk past a couple time or a few time on a store, and you just don't know what it is. Um, what these are those brand that those bottles that you see, and you just don't know if you should pick it up or not. So I thought, let's do something mundane. Let's do something simple. This is Bib and Tucker. Bib and Tucker referred to in the old days, I think, in the old struggling time when someone dressed well, they will say that they have their bib and tucker on. I like your bib and tucker, just referring to the fact that you are dressed very nicely. This company is a Tennessee company. If you know me, I'm not so much a fan of Tennessee whiskey, but this is a source whiskey. They don't reveal exactly. They say that is about 90 miles away from where they age their barrel. So this is aged in Columbia, Tennessee. So I'm assuming maybe I'm gonna speculate here, Dickel, or maybe from somewhere close to a name called Jack, or um even sometime, people have NDAs on contract distilling, so we don't really know. So I don't trust usually when someone just say, oh, we source our whiskey, because you can never really know where it's from. But they have a 6-year bourbon, a 10-year bourbon, and a 12-year bourbon. I thought this was a rye for some reason, but no, it is a bourbon. So they claim that all their whiskeys are all small batch. So if you ever seen the bottle before, they look dark bottle, nothing very thing is very, I mean, very well designed bottle. But beside that, really nothing out of the ordinary, really. So honestly, I kind of like the bottle design. I've seen this, the first time I've seen this bottle was at Total Wine, and that's where I see it a lot of. But honestly, uh, where I found it at Total Wine, it was a single barrel of their 12-year. But today we get to try what anybody can find, which is um, the 6-year small batch bourbon. So as we open this, I want to give you my honest opinion. They say they use the Lincoln County process, just like any Tennessee whiskey, to be called Tennessee whiskey. If you don't know what the Lincoln County process is, the Lincoln County process is the charcoal filtration used when the bourbon is aged. Before they actually bottle it, they will run it to a specific charcoal filtration to get rid of some of the congenitors that actually are on the bourbon. But this process go back all the way to from its origin in Africa. Read about Nathan Green, and you will know more about the Lincoln County process. But I'm tasting this in this fancy wisdom glass, the American glass. If you guys like this glass, you can pick it up. There's a 10% off. The link is in the bio for you to grab yourself the American glass, uh, the wisdom glass. On the nose of this whiskey, this is a 92 proof, so 47% ABV, 92 proof, or 46%. So it's pretty low on the proof. Um, 6-year old. So the minimum they have is 6-year old. The max is 12. Tennessee whiskey, corn, a little bit of that banana note, that mineral note, a little bit of cherry, some oak notes, and a little bit of baking soda, bacon spice. I'm not getting so much of vanilla, so let's give it a taste. Ooh. Um. Okay. All right. Let's talk about this. So All right. So on the front palate, you get a little bit of that corn and that sweet corn. A little bit of that burnt sugar. It's not brown sugar. It's more like burnt sugar. So dark caramel. A lot of dark note. Mid palate is flat. Flat. There's nothing happening there, but there's this heat of cinnamon that stays in your mouth. What doesn't work on my palate, or what I should say, what I don't like usually, is that I have a problem usually with um those mineral note, that thing that we don't like from a brand that start with a D, that is from Tennessee. Those mineral note that we do not a lot of people complain about. I get that from here, right? I get that immediately from here. So a lot of mineral notes, what they call that, Flintstone, a vitamin type of note. um mm, right there, it is just a perfect journey that start at the beginning, but the mid and then the finish there is just woo. If you if you're now a Tennessee whiskey fan, you'll definitely hate this. If you're a Tennessee whiskey fan, I think it's a very low proof, and I believe this is quite affordable as a bottle. I think it's under 30. But now I'm very curious to see what would it be like. I have this pick here, this 12-year-old pick. If I show you guys this 12-year-old pick from Total Wine, which is 112 proof, is a 12 year. Now I'm very curious to see if I have a little bit of that, is that better? I mean, color wise, very big difference. This is much darker. If you take a look at it, much darker. But the nose still a little. The nose is about the same. I bought this probably about 4.5, 5 years ago. Yeah, no, 3 years ago that I bought this 12-year single barrel. So let's see. Mm, okay, now I know why I didn't actually drink a lot of it. Yeah, that minerality. I don't know what they said about it, but wow. The taste note wise, I mean, that corn, those things come in, the cinnamon is there, but the finish, there's something just off about the finish that almost bitter-ish. Um, Bib and Tucker, I mean, I haven't paid attention to the brand a lot. 6, 10, 12 years. Have you had Bib and Tucker? Do you like it? If are you those, or you that Flintstone note, that finish type of person? Do you like those, cinnamon note at the end? For me, it's okay. It's not something I will rush to go pick up, but it's okay. I want to hear your thought. If you hear, make sure you give it a follow. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you actually follow each of the channel. This is also going to be available on the podcast, The Truth is Barrel Proof. So make sure you if you are listening, listen to it. And if you hear, make sure you support the channel by becoming a Patreon. We have amazing barrel picks that just came out. Um, is Patreon/Hood Some, and you can actually grab this barrel picks that I gathered a team to get. And if you are want to support the channel, make sure you become one of our subscribers on YouTube, and we'll be sure to send you a few little gift. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you next time.